What's going on, everybody on YouTube? Griffin here, coming back to you guys with another informative video from the Millennial Motivation Entrepreneur YouTube channel. First and foremost, if you're new to the channel and looking to network with a bunch of like-minded individuals, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button below. We'd love to add you to this awesome community of now over 500 people. It's amazing just to see how quickly this community is developing. We also have a totally free Discord group chat that's down in the description box. If you don't know what Discord is, it's an app you can download for any smartphone, Android, iPhone, all that good stuff. You can click that link and it'll take you right to our group. It's super easy to join. There's over right around 50 members, including myself in there, and that is by far the easiest way to get a hold of me if you have any questions. There's other people in there obviously that'll be talking about stock market stuff, thrifting. We talk about all different types of ways to make money from anywhere but a job at the end of the day. It's all about the freedom of doing what you want, finding your passion, obviously. And we'll just hop right into this. It's going to be a pretty quick video, just a quick little informative video for you guys, because I've never done a video on this, kind of like how to read candlesticks. A lot of people don't understand just how to read a candlestick chart. They get used to that Robinhood chart, when in reality the Robinhood chart just isn't that good. All you see is kind of like how you see on this RSI line, how it's just a line graph essentially, and that really can do a disservice to you. Robinhood does have candlestick charts now, but they're not quite as good in my opinion as on TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. I go back and forth whenever I'm trading on my phone while I'm at work. I'll literally just go back and forth. I'll have TD Ameritrade pulled up, then I'll go to Robinhood to submit my trades whenever I'm buying stock. So it's just, like I said, gonna be a quick video. Pretty much when you're looking at these candles, wherever you see these points, it means it just barely hit this price. So you can see up here, we popped up on oil. We're looking at oil futures here. It popped up all the way to 55.66, got rejected immediately, came back down to 55.57. So it literally dropped about 9 cents within seconds. This is the minute chart. So literally within seconds, this thing dropped down about 10 cents. So at that point, you know that it's setting up a resistance right around 55.60. I talked about this a little bit when I was talking about oil in my live stream yesterday. If you want, you can check out that video as well. But and when you look at the chart overall, you can see, oh yeah, it's definitely oversold. The RSI had popped up all the way to 90. I mean, it's due to essentially continue to fall. So when you see something pop like this, where you see in the 1 minute chart, we literally had it came up from 55.29 all the way up to 55.55. When you have this big move like this, and then you see it pop like this and then come back down to where it was hovering right around 55.60, you can tell there's building some sort of resistance there. And then at that point, when you look at your indicators and see, hey, this thing's overbought, that's when you know, hey, this thing's probably going to come down short term at the minimum. When you're talking about day trades, quick little entry points whenever you're looking at DWT, which is obviously inverse of oil. I talked about how I took advantage of this and took a position literally at 850 on DWT because I knew oil was probably going to fall at least a little bit, the minimum. I didn't make as much as I could have. I was on the run at work. I had to go, set a limit at 860 to sell. Got filled at 860, so it was only about a 1.2% profit. But if you had the time to actually sit there, analyze the charts like I normally would have, I probably would have got out at least somewhere around 870, which then would have doubled my profit essentially. But so yeah, pretty much whenever you look at these ends, that's just pretty much showing you where within the minute, again, this is looking at a minute. You could also look at days and it'd be the same thing, but on the minute chart, you're literally talking split seconds. You're not talking this body right here. This is where it spent most of its time in between. So in this case, let's just zoom in really closely. So in this minute right here, on this green candle, it spent most of the minute in between 860 and 851. That's pretty much where most of your time was spent. And then on your ends, that's where it touched it, but it didn't touch it very long whatsoever. It's pretty much just the range. So a good example would be, let me try to find a good example of just a overall. So this candle right here would be a good example. This green candle here. So you can see this was the range from 859 to 852. So it had a 7 cents range overall, but it spent most of its time within that minute in between 858 and 853. So again, it's not very hard to understand. Just whenever you're looking at I know a lot of people get confused about, and then you have these gray ones. It's pretty much an unched minute. It means from the time that this ended at 864, and the entire minute it essentially did not move, or 864 to 863, whichever second and whichever penny it ended at, it did not move essentially within these 2 minutes. So I mean, you could dive a lot more into it and make it a lot more complicated than it is. I mean, there's tons of different, if you guys want me to, I can go into videos in the future about how you can identify a double top pattern, because I mean, this is literally a perfect double bottom pattern right here, and then a perfect, even more perfect double top right here. I mean, we can even discuss it real quick. So you see how these two wicks right here, they both pretty much landed right at 888. That is the perfect form of a double top. And then what happens with a double top is you're going to go down. It's a bearish pattern, meaning you can expect it to make higher highs and lower highs and lower lows, at least short term again. So you can see once this thing hit 888, bam, it got smacked. It came all the way back down to as low as 860, a 28-cent difference. Doesn't seem like a lot, but whenever you take a look at it, you're talking roughly a 3% to the downside move. So if you've seen that, whenever you go to UWT, which is obviously the inverse of DWT, you'd see this double bottom here. If you got in around, say, 1458, you wrote it up, say you sold it 1490, you just made 2.16% profit in roughly 5 or 10 minutes. So I mean, you can really take advantage if you learn these patterns. We just kind of went over the double bottom and double top briefly. Those are the ones that I really trade off of the most. And then I also, like I mentioned yesterday in the live stream, I trade the pops as well, because when I see this wick like this, that pretty much that's an indicator. There's actually a term for this pattern as well. It's pretty much an indicator that it's just hit a brick wall and you can expect it to fall pretty quickly. This one took a little bit longer. Like I said, I ended up selling my DWT. I ended up settling because it was hitting some resistance right around 860. So I went ahead and settled, got my profit, moved on, because I just could not sit there and wait. I didn't know exactly where to set a stop, not a stop loss. I didn't know exactly where to set my limit. If I had been looking at the chart like I am now, I probably would have set it around 870. So I could have easily, like I said, double my profit, made about 2.5% profit instead of around 1.2. So learning these candles and learning how to analyze these candles and patterns and whatnot can make a huge difference when it comes to investing, especially day trading specifically. So yeah, like I said, this was just going to be a quick, short little video just about how to exactly, what do these candles mean, what do they represent. It's pretty much just a range at the end of the day. Like I said, the easiest way to explain it is just each candle represents the range. Just pretty much represents the range that the stock moved within that 1 minute. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Hopefully you learned a couple things. We talked, like I said, about the range of a candle, essentially what the candle means, what the wicks mean. We also hit on double tops and double bottoms. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully it did teach you guys maybe a couple things. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. If you did, definitely make sure to smash that like button. I greatly appreciate that. And like I said, if you're new to the channel, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button below. We'd love to add you to this awesome community of like-minded individuals. But until next time, guys, keep on going out there making those profits, covering your profits, and achieving some financial freedom this year. And I'll see you guys for the live stream. I'm going to be doing a live stream later on today, and of course tomorrow for Sunday Stock Watch. Take it easy, guys.